In this video, we're talking about hitting and biting. This is one of the most common questions that I get asked in that 12 to 18 month range, and I feel like I talk about it all the time, and I make videos and podcasts about it all the time and keep getting asked about it. So I just keep making new content about it because it keeps getting asked. So if you're looking for more information, I actually have a podcast as well. Same name, Raising Good Parents, and you can find it wherever you get your podcast. And if you go way back, there's an early episode where I talk about it, but I talk about it plenty of times on YouTube and Facebook and all over the place as well, just because it's so common. So if you've ever faced a child who is hitting or biting, will you type yes below, just so that parents can get the impression that this is a common thing. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. It doesn't mean because you got the nasty gram from daycare that your kid bit somebody that they have to feel alone. So comment yes if you've ever been in a similar place. While I pull up this question. So this is from, oops, where did the question go? This is from my text messages, which if you have a question, you can text me. It's 402-256-0768, and I will do my best to answer your question. This is literally straight from one of those questions. Hi, Dr. B. Question for you. Our son turned 1 last month and has started hitting and scratching. We've tried telling him no, and it hurts us when he does that. We also tried telling him we won't play or sit with him when he hits and move away from him, but in the same room so far, he just follows us around and repeats the hitting and scratching. I can see that happening at our house too. We are first-time parents and really want to reinforce positive behavior. He just seems so frustrated when he does it. I'm assuming it's frustration or lack of being able to communicate. We feel a little lost on how to remedy this and overwhelmed because I'm sure it only gets tougher from here. Any help would be so appreciated. Thank you. Super common question. Hitting and biting, totally normal. And what you've done here is totally fine and will work for hitting and biting, because what we know is that hitting and biting are normal things. And you hit the nail on the head. It's a communication issue. I can't communicate that I'm mad at you for turning off my show or not putting the blocks in the right order or giving me a blue plate when I asked for a green plate. Or some other slight that I don't even know what's bothering me, but it's bothering me, and I'm going to hit you and bite you because I can't tell you with words what that is. Now, the approach that I like best is just to think of any sort of attention that you give your child as filling up their attention bank. And children like to have a bucket. I'm going to use bucket instead of bank because a bucket with holes in it would be the appropriate analogy for attention. You put attention in, attention leaks back out of the holes. So you have to keep refilling the bucket on a regular basis. Now, attention can be positive attention. Wow, you're playing so nicely. Oh my gosh, you're doing such a good job of building blocks. And wow, you really ate your broccoli. Attention can be positive, but it can also be negative, and both fill the attention bucket. Oh my gosh, don't do that. Whoa. Stop hitting your head on the wall. Don't do that. You're going to get hurt. Oh my goodness. Why do you have mommy's keys? I'm going to chase after you and get those keys back from you. Don't do that. Don't pull the dog's tail. Don't steal the remote. Don't change the channel. There's just a million don'ts. There's a lot more don'ts. It's so much easier to come up with don'ts than do's. And when we give our child attention for those things, it just reinforces those behaviors. Get my attention bucket filled up, and I'm a toddler. My currency is attention, and I'd like all the attention in my bucket that I can get no matter what it results in. And so I'm going to keep doing things that get more and more attention. So the best way to handle hitting and biting and scratching and headbanging and all of these behaviors that are both annoying, worrisome, draw attention from in-laws or daycare or whomever, all of those things are totally normal. And what we want to do is give them as little attention as possible. And what that means is that, oh, you just hit me. Oh my, you must be upset. Something like that. A very small, nonplussed reaction is the best way to help move through. Wow, you must be upset. And then try and guess what they're upset about. Talk to him in his voice with his intonation. Billy's really upset. Susie really wants the car keys. Something like that. nonplussed as possible. And the more that you can do that, the more that you'll see that our attention bucket doesn't get filled up when we're banging our head against the wall or stealing the car keys or the remote control. We find, okay, well, I guess I'll move on because this didn't really get me what I wanted, which was more attention. We'll find other things to, try and get attention from. And so that is the best advice that I have for hitting, biting, scratching, head banging, those sort of things. Give them a minimal amount of attention. If your child is hitting you and you don't want them to hit you, let's say you're holding them and you get hit. All you do is you take your child and you, oops, I gotta move, stay on camera. And you set them down on the ground. You don't have to say anything. If you want to say, ouch, that hurts, or something very mild and nonplussed, that is totally fine. But I would not make it a big ordeal of how could you hit your mommy? Don't you love your mommy? Don't you know that that hurts? All those different things that you want to say and communicate, because they just don't get it. And it's just attention. It's like, whoa, I'm getting a big payday. I'm going to do that some more because that really got me a lot of attention. When can I hit next? Instead, we don't hit. You can just set them down on the ground. Any version of that you like will work. It just takes time. It's totally normal. If your child gets the nastygram from daycare because they were hitting or biting or whatever they were doing, try not to fret about it. It's totally normal. Daycares are pros at handling this. You don't have to do anything special. They just have to report that to you. It doesn't mean you're a bad parent. You will also get, Tommy was bit today, or some version of that as well. And you'll know that, okay, he bit last week, he got bit this week. Guess what? There's an epidemic of biting going on at daycare right now, and everybody sees the reactions it's getting, and that's why everybody is biting and hitting, and it will pass with time. This is not something that you have to have figured out. You don't have to do it perfect. Just slowly decrease the amount of attention that you give to bad behaviors, things that you don't want to continue, and they will fade away. And if you can do that for the rest of your time as a parent, I think you'll be in pretty good shape across the board. Be nonplussed. Affirm positive behaviors that you want to see more of. Wow, you're doing such a good job playing with those blocks. Geesh, thanks for helping put those keys back in my purse. Those things will get you more of those things. Just do that until they go off to college. You should be fine. They should be fine. Keep up the good work. And if you have a question, text me. It's 402-256-0768. Take care. Thanks for watching. I create lots of content. I love connecting with my audience over video and audio. So if you want to catch all the videos that I put out, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss another episode. Hit the thumbs up button, share with a friend, and if you have a question that you'd like me to cover, you can just text me. It's 402-256-0768. And if you'd like to watch another video, there you go. Keep up the good work and have a good day.